I want to share this with you guys. It really hit me in the face, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't play on this site, but within the last 2 months, I've been watching a lot of high stakes blackjack streamers, and they've been playing on this site a lot. And it's been people. And I've been watching people from the UK and Canada, and they're mainly again been playing on this site. One guy, this guy, I've seen a few of his videos. A guy named I think his name is Cody, or he called himself Codemeister. I don't know. It was Cody or something like that. He has a channel on YouTube, but he's a Twitch streamer. I've been watching Trainwrecks TV in his blackjack sessions. I've been watching this person. I don't know the full name of it, but it's something will do it. I've watched like a few of his. I actually don't plan to watch any more of his stuff. The last stream I seen, he said something, did something very disrespectful, and it just didn't sit right with me. So yeah, I'm staying away from his content. There's another guy. Sorry, don't know his name. I'm just gonna give a description. He's a Hispanic male, long hair. He usually wears fancy little jackets, and he always has on a hat. I think it's called a fedora. And if you can't picture it, and if I'm saying it wrong, I'll just basically say the hats that Pharrell usually wears. If you know who Pharrell is. So yeah, I've been watching him, and it's been consistently basically the same patterns and same things that I've been seeing. Um, and one of those, and if you even watch these people, you'll see it for yourself. A lot of times, the house, no matter if the player opens up one hand or even open up the whole full table, the dealer somehow usually gets a 10. Always a 10 or an ace. Not always, majority of the time, a 10 or an ace. And there's a few other things that I've noticed, and the second thing, I'm not going to mention it now. I'm just going to show you guys a clip so you guys can see it. But I've noticed this. I didn't hear too many people mention it. This is my first time hearing him mention it, but he did say later on you hear him say that he's been talking about it for a year. But it's something that I noticed watching other people playing on this same site, Blackjack. And it happened. It happened in his video. But before it happened, he mentioned it. And it didn't just happen once, it happened twice. And like I always say, when it comes to even when you guys see me talk about or post something about a video about poker, if it's something that constantly keeps happening over and over and over in the same manner, in the same way, it's no longer a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It can't be. Mathematically, any other way you want to think about it, it's something that's being done by design and on purpose to you. So I want to show you this. I've only probably watched about 5 minutes of this. I got to a certain point and I just stopped because this really hit me. Even though I don't play on here, it's just something I noticed.
Absolutely crazy. We lose 5k, which is annoying, but could have been a lot worse if she pulled an ace. So let's get into this. It's probably not going to be too many 10s here now. Trips at least. No.
And he shook his head and did the sigh because the dealer magically gets a 10. Again, a majority of these hands on this site, playing on this site, the dealer gets a 10.
King. Nice. Okay. That's nice. That's a straight flush. It's annoying because I'm never happy, am I? We've got a straight flush here. Okay, it's fine. That's actually a good bit of money back. Okay, we're going to be playing completely by the book, so I am going to double this, although.
And here it is. You see how he shakes his head? Just listen to what he's going to talk about next.
Every time. Am I going to continue? Yeah, of course I am. Evolution, man. Evolution, right? First time you sit down, or pretty much all the times you sit down, against a 10 or an ace. If you have an 11 and you double, you will get an ace or you will get a 2 every time. I don't know what the fuck is up with this, man.
And he just mentioned both things. The first thing that I talked about, he mentioned you sit down, the dealer usually, no matter what, most of the time, usually gets a 10 or an ace. And then he mentioned about, a lot of the time, and I'm trying to be very careful because I want you guys to understand that I'm not over exaggerating or under exaggerating. I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying. And you guys can go watch other people's stuff and see it for yourself. So you don't even have to listen to me or take my word for it. Just go watch and see with your own eyes. But a lot of times when these players on this particular site gets a 11, when they double down, they usually wind up with a deuce or an ace. And majority of the time, it's not a winning. They still don't win. They still don't win. Now, sometimes I've seen it where they have, with I think his name is Cody or Code Meister or whatever. I don't know. I've seen him do it, and he's gotten lucky a few times, but a lot of times he gets that deuce or that ace.
Every time. It's not actually that bad of a table, but it depends what we can do here. Nice, I just won $35. Beautiful. Come on.
And also something that I've noticed, a lot of times when the house does not finally get that ace or that 10, somehow they'll wind up with a whole bunch of small cards. And I've seen it a lot of times where they're pulling up to 5 and 6 cards and still hitting a 20 or 21 to win. It is amazing. And a lot of times, another thing that I've noticed is when it's not going great, but the player winds up still getting hitting a 21 somehow, or even a 20, somehow the house will come right on back and wind up hitting a 21 out of no, just amazingly hit a 21 to win or 20 to push, even a 21 to push. It's some of the craziest stuff. And again, you can't win every time. If you do feel you're gonna win every time, then you're delusional and you're crazy and you should not be playing. But it's crazy. It's crazy.
No comment. No comment. Come on, just bust. Just bust. Give me a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10.
Well, you got it.
You
a
have
10.
20 again. You have a perfect pair. Evolution, please. Can't be real. It can't be real.
Oh, it's real, buddy.
I convinced myself that it can't be real.
It's real.
Every time it feels like.
10.
I'm playing against a 10 again.
Yep, you hear 10 again.
Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I get so excited to record Blackjack videos, guys. Every
Basic
time.
strategy.
And this happens. Every time. I will learn my lesson and just stop playing Blackjack one day. I genuinely think I would be better off playing fucking Stake Originals Blackjack. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just the fact that it's much more boring compared to a live dealer. But fuck me, I get fucked.
You guys see it?
Please
11,
explain to me
double
there's
down,
something wrong
gets
with
the
evolution,
deuce.
guys. I'm convinced. I'm convinced, bro. It's every time. It's every time. Like it, I've been saying this for like 2 years, pretty much. You sit down against a 10 or an ace. Whenever you double an 11, you get an ace or a 2. I've been saying it for years, but now it's got to the point where it happens genuinely so much that I'm
So I haven't gone past this part, around this part here.
starting to genuinely turn into one of these people that think evolution is rigged.
Okay, so it's past this part. I didn't go past this part. It's people. I was the same way. I was the same way when I first started playing online poker. Um, but when I finally told my mom that I was playing and where all of the extra money came from, um, she's not a gambler or anything like that, or a poker player or a blackjack player or anything like that. But she understood that it is online was dangerous because you're playing a game. You get playing against people you don't know with your real money, and they can scam and cheat you and so forth and so on. So I was one of those people like, no, playing on Bovada. No, I just couldn't believe, you know, believe that I could be cheated or whatever the case may be. Found out about Black Friday, found out about some of the other cheating scandals, and I was still that type of person who was like, nah, I don't think so. And even after being cheated the first two times, because there's a few times, but the first two times was the most memorable for me because it was my first time, and the second time was just so much. It was just so much money, and the amount of money that I got back. The only reason they gave me money back that I feel is because I just undeniably just at that point knew that I was being cheated, and they wanted to make me feel safe and comfortable. They didn't do it out of the graces of their hearts. They did it because they wanted me to feel safe and comfortable so I can continue to play and put money on that site. You know, but I was just like him. I just couldn't believe it. But you got to think, man. It's so many companies have been busted for cheating and scamming the players or even employees of that company. So why wouldn't it happen? Why wouldn't it keep happening? Most of the time, yes, some companies were dissolved or got in a little bit of trouble, but most of the time it's a slap on the wrist. These companies, you guys gotta understand, these companies really don't get in trouble. And the people that's behind it still get rich. Even if they have to pay money back, they still are rich. Wealthy, not rich, but wealthy. So by them doing it, again, they're not getting in trouble. They're not getting in trouble as individuals. They're not getting in trouble as a corporation or a company. They're getting a slap on the wrist. So you better believe it that these companies will cheat you because they have cheated us before. Well, they have gotten busted.
And I was the person on the other side telling people you're so stupid. Obviously, it's not rigged, and I still don't think.
That was me. A little bit. I wouldn't say I would defend it, but I was like, nah, man. It's just something I just shook my head into and was like, nah, I'm good, man. There's no cheating like that, and if it is, then I'll be able to spot it, blah blah blah. I was like that. Now I'm not because I just know way too much. I've seen too much. I've experienced too much. I got older. I wised up a little bit. Even though I'm still young, I still got older.
It's rigged, but man, I'm either the unluckiest player on this provider ever, or it's rigged. It's actually mind-blowing to me that happens pretty much, I'd say 90% of the time.
And I agree.
It's crazy. This is awful.
I agree. Again, you don't even have to listen to him. You don't have to listen to me. But if you just go and you watch some of these high stakes blackjack players playing on this site, you would see. And I also want to let you know that I've even posted. Now there's tons, but I've posted a clip of a dealer clearly cheating, a live dealer clearly cheating, flicking up the top card to pull the second card. And I do have that video. It's on my profile. It's probably I think I posted it sometime last year, the middle or towards the end of last year of where I posted it. But you guys can go see for yourself that cheating does occur, especially in these live blackjack games. So it's not as much safe as not playing with a live dealer. So you guys be careful. Again, I'm just pointing out things that I've noticed, patterns, outcomes, just forecasting things, just providing information, man. That's all I'm doing, providing information and insight.
to bust this, and it's.
Like I said, I didn't go past a certain point, but I just seen the hand after, and I seen the first card that the dealer got the hand after that. So I just want to flash through it and show you guys exactly what I was talking about. Again, let me see. Let me go here.
Put that. Typical.
So he closes all those hands. He only has 3. And again, house, what do they get? A 10. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward.
I'm truly happy that I record this, guys, because it's not real.
Oh, let me see what... You hear what he says.
If we play against a 10 again, I'm just going to be...
Bam! You see what he said? And you see what happens?
I'm glad that I record these videos. I'm truly happy that I record this, guys, because it's not real. And it's black.
21. So I'm going to go ahead and just fast forward a little bit because, again, look at that.
Because this...
An ace. Now, I really haven't gone past that portion of that first port.
I'm triple checking that I'm recording because this is...
It's crazy, yes. And it's not just this guy. It's not just this guy. It's, again, just go randomly pick almost any high-stakes streamer or any streamer, especially that plays on this site, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and exactly what he's talking about, and exactly what the other person may be talking about. The guy Cody, whatever his name is, he talks about it, or mentioned it a few times. People that do reactions to some of these videos, they noticed it. And they all almost say the same thing, like this. I'm convinced, but they just don't want to. They really don't want to. They really don't want to listen to themselves. If something doesn't feel right, they feel it in their gut. They see it, they experience it, and they just still can't believe it. But again, I haven't gone past this part either, so I just want to fast forward and see what they get.
Beautiful versus 15.
So they get a 9.
I'm one of those. I've turned into one of those guys. I'm a whinger. I'm sorry. It's not really working, but absolutely nothing to...
6.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Doubles,
so they have to lose on this one. Let me see.
She'll flip a 5 now.
No. Bam. Again, you can't win it all. It may be like, oh, what are you talking about? They're just a hand they won. It's just, I've seen stuff like that. You know, the players just expecting to win. Everybody expecting that person to win. We know just because you expect it to happen don't mean it will happen. But you know, again, the house comes right on through and magically hit cards and just clear it out. Just clear it out. But I mean, just check it out for yourselves, man.